Hey guys, Nuns here, and before I start this little commentary, which is not about the gameplay by the way, so if you're coming to see me talk about some amazing high quality gameplay, then you've come to the wrong source. But I'd just like to say I apologize for not posting a video. I know it's been about 2 weeks. For those of you that celebrate Christmas, well actually you get it off even if you don't. It's Christmas break, it's just been really hectic for me. I have been getting a lot of gameplays. Well, relatively. I haven't even recorded a bunch of them on my Hopage, but I've just been getting them, saving them in theater mode, because I've had time to play games, but not really commentate. I apologize, but I hope you guys didn't lasted without me. Now, what I'm coming to you guys to talk about today is Brock Lesnar. Now, if you follow the fight game at all, UFC, mixed martial arts, wrestling, then you should have an idea who Lesnar is. Brock Lesnar. He's a heavyweight fighter, and okay, so on Saturday night he had a fight against Alistair Overeem, who is another heavyweight fighter who pretty much matches him identically. So most of the time, in my opinion, see, I don't really like Lesnar as a fighter. I am actually a fighter myself, so before I start talking, let me just say it's not like I'm a misinformed dick. I'm actually an aspiring fighter myself. I've been training for about 11 or 12 years. I'm a brown belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And actually for the past 3 or 4 years I've also been training in boxing and mixed martial arts. And mixed martial art tactics. So basically, I don't really like Lesnar's style of fighting. He is a wrestler, so he is really focused on takedowns, and I like that. But I just don't like the way that he really throws his weight around. So he is a heavyweight fighter, which means he's going to be a big guy. But even for a heavyweight fighter, he's pretty big. Personally, he was a wrestler, so I don't know. Let's one has to question how much of that is legitimate muscle, and how much has some assistance from growth hormones and yada yada yada. But really, I don't know. So I don't like him as a fighter, but I don't know. Sorry if I sound a bit detached, you guys. It's just I was a bit rattled actually when I heard this news. So after his fight against Alistair Overeem, he lost in the first round to a technical knockout. He got kicked in the kidney or the liver or something. It was basically body shots. Something inside of him got hit and didn't agree with it. So this is his second fight in a row that he has lost in the first round to a technical knockout. His last one was a few months ago. Same thing happened. And after the fight, in the interview following, he announced his retirement from the UFC. So he is no longer. One can hope that he'll come back, and I'll get to that in a second. But really, he announced his retirement, so he's not going to be fighting in the UFC anymore. And this troubles me. See, like, Alistair Overeem, this guy, I didn't like the way that Brock Lesnar throws himself around, and that's because, like, but he uses that weight and not so much skill, in my opinion, to his advantage. Alistair Overeem matched him pretty much identically, so that's why this fight I was actually really excited for. I thought it was an even match, and I just like seeing Lesnar fight. Because he came from the wrestling background, he really has that sense of showmanship. He knows what he's doing, he knows how to get the crowd going, and he just kind of shows off a bit for the crowd. Now, in the past, it's not like he's a slouch. In his UFC career, I think his final record was either 5-3 or 6-3. That's 5 wins, 3 losses. Sorry there, Brock. And he defended his heavyweight title after he won it 2 times, I think, or 3 times. He defended his heavyweight title, and so it's not like he's a slouch. He was a good fighter. Like I said, in my opinion, he used his weight to his advantage, but he still won the fights, and that in the end is what matters. So, for a man like him to retire, it's just, I don't know, it bums me out a little bit. I really think there should be at least a few more fighters in the UFC who just fight for style, who just show off, who just make it a good show, because I do love seeing like a fighter like GSP fight, because he's just a technical monster. He knows what he's doing. He doesn't have a problem making it a really shitty show for the fans, because he knows how to fight and he knows how to get those points and win a fight. But a guy like Brock just kind of just goes all in. Now, before I keep going, I'd like to say, for any of you, my followers who follow another certain big commentator out there, there is someone who had an argument just like this, and I actually just watched his video a few hours ago, and it really got me thinking about this topic, so props to you. I'm not going to shout out that name, but for those of you that do follow certain big commentators' videos, you'll know who I'm talking about. Here's a hint, he's another huge fighting fan. And if you haven't watched his video, go check it out. He's one of the reasons I started commentating. I really like him. And so, really, like, I don't know, I'm just bummed, guys. I don't know. For those of you that do follow UFC, I don't know how many of my subscribers do follow UFC, if any, but those of you that do, give me a comment, let me know what you think. Did you like Lesnar? Did you dislike Lesnar? Do you think it's a good idea that he's leaving the fight game? Do you think it's a bad idea? I'm really left to question if this will last, first of all. Like, will this retirement stick? And if it does, what's this guy going to do for the rest of his life? I know he definitely probably has some kind of training in something else, but really, being someone who likes fighting myself, I really don't see how you could leave the fight game and just keep going. Like, if you guys don't know, like, being in a fight, and I mean like a fist fight, a good fist fight in real life, or a technical fight, it's unlike many other things that you can experience. For those of you that have seen Fight Club, it's like you get this rush, and it's just this real feeling that you really can't get from many other things. And for someone to leave that, I don't know how it would feel to never do it again. Well, he probably is going to keep doing it again, but to leave especially after being a good contender like he was, I think it's just a bit nuts. It's just left me a bit rattled thinking about that. And also, what, like, oh, God, sorry, I just completely lost my train of thought, guys. Like, a guy like Lesnar, like, although he isn't guaranteed to win all his fights, because he is, like, he's not the best, I really don't think he loved fighting as much as he did hitting people. Like, I hope that this doesn't last and that he comes back, like, because I know after a fight you can be really emotional, so that could have just driven him to make that decision irrationally. But I hope he comes back. Like, I think that would make fighting a lot more interesting. I think he could bring some people, like wrestling fans, over to UFC, just all these other things. Like I said, if you guys do watch UFC, please give me a comment, let me know what you think, because I want to know what my fellow fighters think. I have a friend who actually just thought, oh, well, goodbye, Brock, we're not going to miss you. I disagree with him, he's kind of being a dick. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Once again, sorry it's been so long. This was Nuns. Hope you have a nice day.